Hi, welcome. Sorry, I was reading the comments. Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. Welcome back to Pink and Maine. I am so excited for tonight. We're definitely going to be doing something a little bit different for us. Tonight, we're going to be having an embossing powder swatch party. So we'll be going. We're definitely going to be swatching at least 45 or 44 embossing powders. I do have like the clear and detail clear, and I don't think maybe we need to do those because they're pretty self-explanatory. And I also went through my stash and realized that I had two of the limited edition embossing powders from the advent calendar. So I took those out unless somebody is dying to see how they line up with everything else. I could be swayed to adding them back in. But otherwise, I went through and made sure I really do have all of the embossing powders that are available from Pink and Maine. I have them all in my bins over here, which is just crazy. But made me feel better that at least there's not more that I need to add to my collection. And not yet anyway. So I still am dealing with that tickle in my throat. Hopefully we'll be fine. So yeah, I think it's just going to be really fun. Dawn, I'm not sure if my phone's off or your phone is off, but right now it's saying 8:32 for me. So, and my computer like synced up, um, and told me when to hit the go button. So I'm pretty sure we started on time. Um, yep, so we got a hi from Lori in Wisconsin. We got Ginger. I'm thinking that's Maine. Is that Maine? I should know that. Hi from Georgia. Hi from South Carolina. Hi, Judith. Lori's checking in from Ohio. I see Cami, Annette from Montreal. Michelle Myers is checking in. Virginia's here. Virginia, we know Virginia's here. Julie's here. Barbara. Wonderful. Thank you to everybody for coming to hang out. I am going to go ahead and switch this over. There we go. So I have some white and some black cardstock. I brought probably, hopefully, more than I need. But I decided that I didn't want to just swatch like a rectangle or something. It's less important for me to have swatch cards. Like I'm not probably going to use swatch cards. I feel like looking at them, I have a pretty good idea of what I would use. So I decided to grab some sentiment sets that are like bigger font and will work well with embossing. So I would rather have a stockpile of pre-made embossed sentiments in a ton of colors. So that's what I decided to do. So we'll see how this works. I'm hoping it works out good. I also am going to tell you now, I did pull, well, today is my youngest daughter's 7th birthday. And so she asked if she could pick a stamp for us to emboss. So when we get to the browns, we're going to emboss this little dog from the Top Dog stamp set with caramel latte. I'm going to tuck that to the side. That was her birthday request. Obviously, I cannot deny her that. So we are going to be starting off with our first bin. This empty spot is where the golden holly, which was at limited edition, the limited edition embossing powder was from the Advent. So I did just pop that out, but we're just going to work our through rainbow style. Thanks, Barbara. That's very kind. She's very excited. She had a very good day at school. She got her cake and some presents. She's 7, so it's not too hard to please her for her birthday, luckily. I'm already starting off with glitter embossing powder everywhere, so that's a good sign. I kind of want to trim down some of my paper. So let's trim this into a couple strips first. Right, it's making such a shadow. I think I'm just going to eyeball this. Hopefully I don't regret it later. Oh no, freezing rain in Ontario. That's not good. It's raining here too, but it's so warm. We went from like 12 degrees on Monday to like 60 degrees now. It's absolutely crazy. Put this here instead. Okay. We might have to get a little creative with how the order of stamping and embossing these. But I'm going to take out our first three. So we have Candy Apple, which is not glitter. We have Fire Engine Red, which is glitter. And then Orange Pop, which smells like orange soda. If you've hung out with me before, when we played with this in the past, and I'm not kidding, it's the only one, and I don't know what it is. I'm not even sure that I can't tell you even if it's an intentional thing or it has to do with the coloring they put in it. I don't know, but it really does smell like orange soda. It's so weird, but it's one of my favorites for that reason. So I'm prepping my paper with the Magic Anti-Static brush. Sharon, there is a Pink and Main store in Florida. If you go to the Pink and Main website, I believe it's down at the bottom. There's a link for like a page for all the information for the storefront. But yes, there is a Pink and Main actual physical store in Florida. One day I'm going to get down there. This is the Stay Strong stamp set. I love this one. And these all have coordinating dies. So one day when I feel like being crafty, but I don't feel like coloring, because believe it or not, that does happen to me, I will grab all of these and I'll die cut them and I can just have them ready to go. All right. I'm just inking up that top one first with my watermark and emboss ink. Make sure we get a really good impression with that. We can stamp twice, but it'd be lovely if we didn't have to stamp twice 45 times. All right, Candy Apple. Super bright, vibrant red, as you can see. Interesting. We definitely missed a good section there when I went over with my anti-static powder tool, because there's my whole fingerprint. And that's just because the oil from your fingers will stick. Love that. Just to be safe, I'm going to trim it. I thought about just going like over and over, but that's making me very nervous. So I'll just set it to the side. We'll just line up our paper again and keep it going that way. Something's telling me to not risk it, leaving them attached. All right, so that's Candy Apple Red. Not sure what's going on with Dawn's phone. It looks like she can't see us live. Hopefully she finds us soon. All right, let's go in with our, we can lift this. You know what, I'm gonna leave it because I'm probably gonna wanna do 2 rounds of these. All right, so we're gonna stamp in the middle. If you wanna see very repetitive embossing, Cami, tonight is the night. If any embossing mistake can be made, I will probably make it. So hopefully you can learn from all of my mistakes. That's usually my goal in general, is to just be crazy and let you guys learn from my my mistakes. So this is Fire Engine Red. This was the glitter I almost used. Like, how beautiful is that? This was the one I almost used last week. Yeah, just from holding the paper by the sides. But always just keep a dry brush on hand. I like this one because it's got that flat edge. It lets me get really nice and close. It just helps you kind of brush off whatever is not where it's supposed to be. And then once we get these three going, we'll melt them and then we'll move on. I don't honestly, I'm not sure. I'm starting to question right now if we're going to make it through all 45, but we'll do our best. I'd imagine we can at least make it through all the brights and maybe we can wrap up the neutrals next week if we have to. Always making sure that I'm closing the lids on my jars as soon as I'm done with them. They don't end up absolutely everywhere. Let me re-powder this guy. Hopefully that'll help with those fingerprints. Agreed, Virginia. I think the Fire Engine Red is definitely beautiful for Valentine's and definitely for Christmas. It gives me really strong Christmas vibes. All right, you are super. Love that. This Stay Strong set is just so such powerful sentiments. And I like that it could be like your super thank you, or you know what I mean? It doesn't have to just be like any one specific topic. You're super and I'm here for you could be lots of different things. So this is our orange pop. See how much of a difference? We just got that one tiny little spot, but from re-powdering, much nicer. It smells so good. I know at least someone else on here told me that they have smelled it and they knew what I meant. Oh, Deanne, that's great. You have like a whole swatch book for your embossing powders. If you have if you think that that would benefit you 100%, I think that's a great idea. So I'm gonna get these melted. We tested this the other day and the rumor was you guys couldn't hear this, but if something comes up and you can and it's crazy, put it in the comments and I'll stop or I'll mute, okay? Oh, good idea. If you see All right, I tried talking while I was doing that. So you guys let me know if you could hear me talking. I'm not as clear. Oh, so when I talk, you can hear the heater, but as long as I'm quiet, you can't hear it. It's good to know. Okay, so the bright non-glitter red was candy apple. The glitter red is fire engine red, which is shine and glitter. And then the non-glitter orange is the one that smells amazing. That's orange pop. So there we go. There's our first three. Only 42. Oh, I'm crazy. But at least you guys are here with me. All right, let's get the next three going. And like I said, these sentiments I'll use for all kinds of stuff. So I'm just going to leave those three still in there. The next ones are going to be our glitter orange, our regular yellow, and our glitter yellow. So we've got sherbet. Can't hear me? Leave it in the comments. Okay, sherbet. Sorry, sour lemon has no glitter. And then ray of sunshine has the glitter. Can you hear me now? Somebody called me. Let me see 1 second. Should be back now. Sometimes we just have a delay. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Susan. Okay. So glitter orange first. And it's fine that there's leftover embossing on the bottom ones because I'm still going to try to keep my ink or to keep my embossing powder just where I need it. And honestly, if there's a little mixing, I don't really mind. Okay, so sherbet, which is that glitter orange. There's just something about those glitter embossing powders. It just makes my heart happy, man. So that's the You Are Loved. Oh, I think I cut that a little too low. I might have to shift that stamp. So this is cool too because it has gold glitter. When I tap that in, you'll be able to see how that glitter kind of piles in the middle. So that's an actual gold glitter mixed into the orange. Whereas the like yellow has more of like a holographic, you'll see in a minute. Does the orange glitter lightly, it smells lightly of orange, not as strong as the orange pop. But I would assume that the orange pop is the orange color in sherbet, and that it's just the this one, that it's just the glitter being added that makes it glittery. Right, it's probably the same base. I love to go back. Yeah, I knew it. We'll just worry about this guy first. Hi, Maria. Thanks for checking in. If anybody has any questions, Melissa said this might be a 3-part live. You are not wrong. It might be. I might have severely overestimated how quickly I was going to be able to go through these. So that is our, in person, it looks a lot less like neon-y. I'm worried about changing settings because I don't want to mess something up. Yeah, it still looks a little more, it's just slightly more like golden in person than it's looking on camera. On camera, it's a little more like neon or citrusy almost. So this is, I mean, it is called sour lemon, but in person, it's a little more, I'd say it's a little more almost banana than how it's looking on the screen. All right, that one can go away. Let's get you in here. You are super. Ray of sunshine. And this is the one that has more of that like clear holographic glitter versus a silver or a gold. And I love that because it really lets that yellow shine. And your glitter is always going to stick to that paper when you filter it back in. So you can see that little pile of like clear holographic. Yeah, overpacking. All right, so we're going to start with sherbet. Okay. Everything over. So sherbet, that gold glitter. We have sour lemon, which is just that shine. And we have ray of sunshine. Beautiful. Our little rainbow building up over on the side. Do it off the floor. Okay. Let's sit there. It doesn't have. All right, let's grab the other sentiment from the Stay Strong set. So we have Stay Strong, You Got This, and let's do this. Let's get these back in line. Pull out Okay, we have our Magic Anti-Static Powder, and I love that this is basically like self-dispensing through that brush. I don't have to worry about doing anything, just, waving it on. Let's start with You Got This. And our first one up is definitely a neon yellow green. This is called Citrus. It's a glitter, and it is very bright. So funny, we ombre these when we use them live, and so now they're like they're stained a little bit ombre, and it's like a fun little reminder. So this has like a lightly golden and yellow glitter to it. And when I tell you that is like fluorescent, it's bright. This one we probably could have done on black, and it would look insane. So that was Citrus. Next up, we have Martini Olive. Now we'll do Sour Apple next. I like alternating the glitter and not glitter. Leslie, definitely better late than never. We are doing good. We are part of the way through our swatch party. We're in the just starting to dip our toes into the greens. Apparently, I am a slow embosser. I didn't know that until tonight. It's probably also because I'm not just doing like a shape. Like, let's be honest, I did this to myself. So Sour Apple is not glittery, a little more on the slightly olive side. If you ever feel like when you tap off that you have a little spot missing, don't feel like you can't. You can always just go back in with a little more, give it a little tap, and you'll get a nice clean impression. And I'm using the same piece of paper for all of these, that printer paper. I'm just making sure I tap it off really well in between colors, but don't think that you have to do. And I've also seen people use like coffee filters and stuff. If that works for you, go for it. You know what? For this one, let's do two because we have space and we know we might as well. So we'll do another. Let's do this, and we'll add Stay Strong to the mix. And this time we can do Martini Olive and Grass Green. So I am skipping over where I said there was a hole in my collection for the golden, what are you? Golden Holly from the Advent calendar. If you like something to hold to do your stamp impression, if using the like a pressing down hurts you, 10 out of 10, I can recommend Twiddler's Nook. This is her stamping tool, and she used to be on the design team for Pink and Maine. We love her. Her stuff is great quality. I can vouch. I bought that myself. I've been using it for a couple of years. I've never had any problems with any of her products. So Twiddler's Nook on Etsy if you need an idea of where to start if you want an impression tool. I cut these in half first just because they're really close. So this is Martini Olive with the glitter. Pretty good. A couple little tiny spots. Of that. And then our last one for this batch is going to be that grass green. And when we see these, you'll see how these that we've done so far have been very much yellow greens. And the grass green starts us on the kind of traditional true green or blue green, like not teal, but definitely more of like an equal blue and yellow than so much yellow. Can clean right under this with that brush. If you're worried, you can always use a smaller brush. I think that looks pretty good. So you can see true green, yellow green, right? Let's see if I can like put these down here and put their color with them as we go. All right, talk amongst yourselves. You know what? We learned had an important lesson thing pop up from running that so long in between and holding my tool so close to the paper. This one did separate a little bit. You can see on that T how it looks a little bit like gritty or like white space. So it's still shiny, right? The shine doesn't break, but it's like little white bits started coming through, and I'm pretty sure that's from overheating. So definitely keep that in mind. You want to make sure that all of your powder is melted, but you don't want to overheat it. And if you're concerned, you can always heat from the back and that'll be more gentle. The other thing is I lay them all like this because I have, while it was still warm, touched and gotten like melty, burny embossing powder on my fingers before. So don't test it until it cools off. And if you need to, I think I got these from, I think from Simon Says Stamp, but you can always get these little silicone hand grabbers and hold them to do your embossing, and that'll protect this hand from getting burnt. So. Barbara, yeah. I don't usually have a problem with overheating, but that's usually because if anything, my heat gun's not normally hot enough. So, citrus embossing powder, um, sour apple with just the shine, no glitter. It won't shine. Why don't you want to shine? There you go. Martini olive with the glitter and grass green with just shine. We at least have to make it through this bin. So next up, we've got Spruce It Up, which is a really beautiful kind of evergreen glitter. We have Seafoam, which is a beautiful literal seafoam green teal. We've got Chameleon, which is a green blue shift. We're gonna Sea Glass and Aquatini. We're gonna wait and see what happens with those. Let's start with these three. And I ran out of paper. These three for sure will be fine on white. Cardstock. Trying to anticipate. Should be fine. Everything should be fine on the white from here. Oh yeah, Kimmy. That's not the first time, unfortunately, that I've overheated my embossing powder. And once it's overheated, there's not much you can do to fix it. So I don't really mind that. I think it still looks fine, especially depending on what kind of thing you're using it for. But just something good to keep in mind. Reposition you. I don't know, guys, how we're going to get through all of these. I might have to like pre-make the rest of the swatches and just walk you guys through them. Or you guys can tell me if you'd rather keep it this style and it'll take us a little longer, but we can do a couple sessions, maybe do a card on Tuesday and then swatches on Thursday the next 2 weeks. Or we can, I can just knock them out on my own and then share the swatches and what the embossing powders look like with you guys and have them already made up. That was Spruce It Up, one of my favorite glitters. Yeah, Linda, it's so good. And this one's nice because it has green and gold, like bright glitter in there. Just kind of brush this around. Deanne says she loves the process. She's down for cards on, or like real project, whole projects on Tuesdays and swatch Thursdays for the next couple weeks. What does everybody else think? Alternating is good, right? Because I don't want to just do 3 swatches in a row. That feels like too much. but I think breaking it up a little would be fun. All right, so far we've got 3 votes in for alternating Tuesday, Thursdays. Connie agrees. This is seafoam. Like, tell me that's not the perfect seafoam beachy green. Seafoam, and we'll get to it in the pinks because in my mind it's a little more coral. But there's a peach one, and the peach and the seafoam together is just like my summertime stamp dreams. It's so beautiful, that combination. Oh, perfect. Everybody's down for alternating. All right. I mean, we're still going to finish this bin tonight. We'll get through the teals tonight, and then next Thursday we'll do the blues and work our way through blue, purple, and pink. And then the last week, we will do the neutrals. The neutrals are their own whole bin. That was seafoam. Let me fit 2 in this one. Ooh, that's cutting it tight. It's fine. We'll just do stay strong. I'm not applying as much powder now versus just making sure it's like moved around and even. Yeah, the glitter ones are so, I agree, Crystal. They're so pretty. And to me, they're so unique. Like, I know there are other brands that do glitter embossing powders, but these are all like unique custom colors. They're so beautiful. And the glitter combinations are just amazing to me. Like, it's some of them, yes, are like a color with gold or a color with silver, but there's a bunch of them that are way more dynamic than that. And stuff like this. This is chameleon. So it's a green embossing powder with teal glitter. And it's like, it shifts so cool once it's on there. Apparently, I should not have just moved my stuff around. I should have added more embossing or anti-static pepper. So you can see some places have a little more glitter, some places have a little more green. That's just going to give us a really beautiful end result. Yeah. Let's get these 2 melted, and then we'll have our last 2. We'll have our teals. Yeah, seafoams. Linda, this is a Nicole heat tool. I think I just got it from Joann's or won't. Oh, look, I'm melting it. Good, good. I don't know if you guys could see that. Definitely when I dropped it, it popped over to the side and now I'm melting the guard. So that's good. Because it's not like we just agreed to do this for 2 more weeks, guys. All right, well, I fixed it, so maybe it'll stop melting. Yeah, these are so pretty. Like that chameleon. I mean, come on. This is the, what are you? Spruce it up. Perfect for, to me, perfect Christmas green. And then the sea foam with that silvery glitter. So pretty. All right, we have those. I'm trying to keep them in order so we can see the whole little rainbow at the end. We can lay them out. All right, we have 2 left. There are teals. We have a regular teal and we have our glitter teal. Just for time's sake, we'll just stick with the same stamp set. And the other part of why this is for anybody who is newer to embossing, I always want to do one at a time because as far as when I'm adding stamping and then adding my embossing powder, because I didn't run that through with static powder tool. That's gonna stick and look weird. Nah, it's fine. What was I saying? Oh, I don't want my embossing ink to dry before I get my embossing powder in place. And embossing ink is made to be stickier longer. It has a slower dry down time. But if I don't need to risk it, I try really hard not to risk it. So we're going to go in with Aquatini. This does not have glitter. It is a true, beautiful teal. And see, even though I had stamped that one layer and then went in with the anti-static powder and then stamped again, it didn't affect my stamping. My image still came out right nice and clear, and I didn't have to worry about cleaning up any excess powder. So don't feel like if you catch yourself after you've stamped it once, but before you've moved anything, you can always just go back in and add your anti-static powder then. Not ideal, but if you're not going to ruin anything. So last one for tonight. And this is called Sea Glass. This is our glitter teal. And I love it because the glitter in this one is teal. So it's just this like beautiful teal on teal. It looks silvery in the camera, but it's not. It's a true like teal glitter. Turquoise, something like that. One of those BG colors. Yeah, chameleon is a good one, Melissa. All right. Let's see if my heat tool can make it through this last 2. I think I can take the guard off, but I'd be really nervous to do that. Doesn't seem like it's melting anymore. So that is sea glass with the glitter. And this is aquatini with just the shine. So let's do a quick lineup of everything we did so far. We got through at least that whole first bin. Let me zoom out a little. All right, so we have candy apple, fire truck red, right? Fire engine red, orange pop, sherbet, sour lemon, ray of sunshine, citrus, sour apple, martini olive, grass green, seafoam, spruce it up, chameleon, aquatini, and sea glass. That's our first round through. So proud of myself that I remembered all of those. So it's official. On Tuesday, we will do a card project or a tag or something like a normal project, start to finish. And then next Thursday, we will be back with our blue, purple, and pinks. Yep, everything else is neutral. So blue, purple, pinks next Thursday. And yeah. Don't know what's up with Anna. Perfect. Anna's out. Cut the plastic melting. Yeah, honestly, I've had this heat tool for a couple years and she did a good job, but I've heard a lot of good things about the Wagner, so I'll probably look into it because I do enough now at this point that I should probably have something like a little sturdier. She was just very convenient to grab at Joann's or Michael's or wherever I got her. But yeah, so that is our first go of it. Now I have all of these beautiful sentiments I can die cut. I am so grateful for your patience. I'm so sorry. I promise this was not intended to be clickbait with the title being like, we're going to do, or the description was like, we're going to do 45 swatches. And then I did not. So I do apologize for that. We did get through 16. We will do another round next Thursday. If you have requests for Tuesday, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am open to your requests. And otherwise, I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope everyone stays safe and warm. Carmen, if you see this later on, we're still sending you our thoughts and prayers for you and your family with your mom. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thanks for coming to hang out. And I will see you guys next Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for a card. Until then, guys, happy crafting.